All right, commanders. Today we're going to try to understand a little bit better about coordinate landing. So today I'm about to approach one of our planets for Technetrium, I believe it was called. I am at the system you see, WREGOE SBZB412A, and the planet at 1A. This is also in our squadron bookmarks. All of the raw material locations are in the squadron bookmarks. If you go to squadron bodies, you come down to, you'll see raw, and I name all of the planets for the locations or the planet. So we're in the location for Technetrium, if I'm saying it correct, and I am going to try to approach this planet to go to the coordinates that is also on our Discord chat channel. In our Discord chat channel, under engineering materials, you can go over here to the engineering materials under our text channel, and under the engineering materials at the top here, you'll have all the locations of all of the raw materials, including their coordinates. Technetrium is one we're getting ready to go through, and particularly we want to go directly to these coordinates. That's where you're going to find the brain trees that you can farm that particular item. So having said that, we are going to approach the planet and try to go directly to those coordinates. So before we approach the planet, there are 4 numbers that you need to remember, concern yourself with when navigating to coordinates. And these are the degrees on the planet that we have to go to. You're going to have a 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees. Of course, there's 360 degrees total, but the main ones that you want to be concerned with is 0, 90, 180, and 270s. These degrees, or particular degrees, move you directly to the locations that you want to without really affecting the other coordinates. So for instance, I'm going to show it to you in a minute, but I'm going to say it right now. On your top coordinate, your latitude, if you set your ship at 0 degree and you move forward, the top number on that coordinate will increase. If you flip your ship totally around to 180 degrees and start going the other direction, that top number is going to decrease. Same thing with longitude, the bottom number. If you move your ship to 90 degrees and you move forward, that bottom number is going to move forward without messing with the top number so much. And if you flip from 90 degrees to 270 degrees backwards, the bottom number will start decreasing. And so this is how you want to navigate yourself to the correct coordinates that you want to. So in this particular video, we're going to the coordinates of latitude minus 50.94 and longitude 165.18. And so one of the things that I do is when I'm approaching the planet, I come down into orbital cruise and I stop. You know, orbital cruise is that little blue area zone that you pass through when you're going down. You'll see your altimeter going down, and you'll get to orbital cruise. Just
Orbital
below
flight
that,
engaged.
just lift up, and you should come back to orbital cruise and stop. If I stop, it's just dropping, hitting Y and dropping into this, so you can get your bearings correctly. Because when you're in orbital cruise, it goes so fast. Even if you're stopped in orbital cruise, it still moves relatively fast. So this gives you a chance to get your bearings. So if you look at the very top in the little yellow box up there, you'll see some numbers in a box. That number is the degrees in which we are referring to. And so I am going to move my cursor around to find 0. So now that I'm at 0, I'm going to line my ship up horizontally at 0 as well, and at the top I'm 0. So what's going to happen now is that right now at 0, I'm only concerned with my top number. My top number I want to get to minus 50. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back up into Super Cruise, and I'm going to get my top number to around plus or minus 50. So I want to get it to, so we're going to go to negative 50.94. So I want to drive this to about minus 40 to minus 60 latitude. And that's going to get us into the ballpark, and then we'll work on our bottom number. So let me just show you this. So if we jump back up into
frameshift drive charging,
we will stay in orbital cruise.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Alright, so I'm going real slow. And if you notice that my number is, the top number is moving relatively faster than the bottom number. That's because we're moving at 0 degrees. Now, if I was to spin around and go backwards to 180 degrees, as I told you, meaning I'm going in the opposite direction. I'm moving to 180 degrees. So now I move to 180. Now notice the number is going backwards now. 179, 180 in that ballpark. So now I'm going backwards, and my bottom number is still not moving that much. But now, if I was to go to 90 degrees, swing that all the way around to 90. I'm staying in orbital cruise. So now we're moving it to 90 degrees. Now notice the bottom number is moving a lot faster. So I'm getting to 90 degrees. Now my bottom number is moving faster than my top number, and it's going up. And if I swing that around to 270 degrees, meaning I'm going in the opposite direction from 90 degrees, that bottom number is going to go up. That bottom number is going to go down. Drop out of my Super Cruise. Let me get my bearings back. Back into Super Cruise. Too far up.
Orbital flight engaged.
270. Now my bottom number is going down. Okay. Let me just stop. Again, when you're at 0 degrees, your top number moves increases. If you're at 180 degrees, your top number decreases. If you're at 90 degrees, your bottom number increases. If you're at 270 degrees, your bottom number decreases. This is what we want to do. So now we're just going to work just on the top number. We want to get to minus 50. We're already at minus 75. So we want to get to minus 50. And as I said, when you're in orbital cruise, you want to try to get within 10 degrees plus or minus in orbital cruise. So when you drop down closer to the ground, you won't have too much distance to line up the exact coordinates. So basically you want to get it in the ballpark between 5 to 10 degrees plus or minus your actual destination. So here we're going to negative 50. So I want to either get to minus 40 to minus 45 or minus 55 to minus 60, so I can get into the ballpark of minus 50. Okay, so so there's also one other little catch about the degrees when it comes to negatives. So when you are dealing with negative numbers, it's going to be almost the opposite of what we just said about the increase and decrease. So if we go to 0 on a negative number, you remember 0, the top number increases. So a 0, the top number increases. But when you are looking at a negative number, it looks like it's going down. It's not. It's actually increasing because you're doing negatives. Negatives, you want to get to minus 0 before you start getting into the positive numbers. That's like the old math, integers. So you have to remember that when you're dealing with negatives or minus coordinates, it's still the same, still applies. When you are at 0, your top number increases. When you're at 180, the top number decreases. So in this case right here, we want to get that to minus 50. And so we're going to increase to minus 50. Minus 50 is a higher number than minus 75.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's jump up. We're going to jump back up in.
Ready to engage.
Orbital cruise.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop.
Engage.
And I want to stay at 0 here, and I want to get that to about 60, 55. And I'm so now I'm already, see it moved that fast. So we're at minus 54. That's within 4 degrees of minus 50 where we want to go. Now I'm going to concentrate on just the longitude. We need to get to 165. And so I'm going to, so we need to increase, and so we need to go to 90 degrees. All right, so we're at 90 degrees, and our target is 165 plus or minus, so that's going to be 175 or 155. So we don't have too far to go also with that one. So I'm going to
Frameshift drive charging.
again.
Ready to engage.
Up a little bit.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
That number is kind of fast. So we're at 145. We want to get to 165 or 155 or so. Okay. Stop. And we're at minus 53. pretty much in the ballpark of where we need to go. Now I'm going to face back down toward the planet, and we're going to go down to the planet and finish the rest of the coordinates closer to the ground. Um, Again, if I didn't say it, when doing raw material gathering, turn on your night vision. It is going to illuminate the brain trees better than in um, than anything. Especially at night, you have to anyway. But even in the daytime, turn your night vision on. So okay, so now we're going to
drive
jump
charging.
up into orbital cruise
Ready to engage.
here toward the planet.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So now you'll notice both of the numbers are moving at the desired direction that we want to go. We want to get to 165 longitude and -50. And once you get close to those numbers, you can actually hit the little gray area, red area if you want to drop back out. But just go ahead and just let it bring you down to the planet. Even if it goes over or off a little bit, you'll be able to come back to those numbers. So my number on the bottom is getting higher than what I wanted, and so I can move that back over to 270 degrees to get that number back the other way. Bottom number is probably a little closer to where I'm at. Since I'm already at 270 degrees at the top, I can go ahead and start boosting that to get my bottom now a little bit closer. I can start getting closer to the ground also as well. Back down to our destination point, which is 165. So this is why you want to get your coordinates together up there at the orbital cruise to get within 5 to 10 degrees plus or minus, so you don't have to go that far. If you're way off, it's like driving across the other side of the planet. So 30, 40 degrees off, it's going to take you a while. That 165, I'm going to stop. Our actual destination is 165.18. Get that a little closer, get that other one. So now we're going to go and finish up on our top number, which is -50. So -50. So we're going to need to go to get the negative number to increase. We have to go to 180, which technically decreases the number. top number. We got a few brain trees, little ones right there. Some more right there. We're starting to see the brain trees a little bit now. So we're looking at minus 50, 94. There's some more. There's a lot of brain trees around here, so we might be able to find more technetrium at some of the other locations. But I'm gonna go directly to coordinates as they have been given to us. That's 50, 65, 100, 50, 77, I just saw some more brain trees. I think we just saw that. So we're at 165, 792, and we need to go down. To go down on the bottom number, we need to be at 270. This field here in a minute as well. Okay. 270. Our top number is not really moving. That's kind of what we want. We're going to go to 165, 18. Speed up a little bit. That's 27. Okay, we got some more brain trees. We got a lot of brain trees in this area over here. Exact coordinates on planet. I hope that was helpful.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Now it's a matter of farming. There's two ways that you can do that. Obviously, you can get your SRV, go down and shoot the little brain trees, or you can use a flax scanner
Programming limpet drone
and collect the limpets. And so I'm going to be using the flax cannon method, where you shoot the flax cannon on the ground, break them off the trees, and let your collector limpets go and collect them. If you're going to be using collector limpets after you shoot your flax cannon, you need to back up to about 500 to 600 meters away from the area. Notice that to the right there, I'm 382 meters away. So I'm going to flat scanning to start popping up some of these.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
First one came in was Techmetric. Okay, let's see what we're looking like. Techmetric, I'm already at 126, so I'm doing pretty good still. But anyway, that's how you get to the coordinates, and that's how you farm. This is the same method that you would do on each one of the planets or going to any coordinate that you find. Okay. With that said, commanders, good hunting to you.